Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 8:55 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum country $2,189, down about 6.46% so far. Respect over crypto market, you see clearly on the left side of the chart, we are bright red at the moment. With respect to the altcoin side of the house, down across the board, approximately about 25% so far. While at the same time, the key coins with respect to Ethereum and Bitcoin are both down about 5% respectively as well. And what's driving the sell off that we're seeing that seems like it's accelerating and intensifying in front of our eyes right now is mainly due to the 8:30 a.m. release of the CPI index report. It seems like it's accelerated by 8.3% in April, which is more on a basis perspective than the 8.1% estimates and nearly the highest level in more than 40 years. Okay, so we're hitting another historical high all over again. And with respect to the 10-year bond yields, it also rise to be above 3.1% earlier this morning. And it seems like it's still percolating. It's not really stopping. So it seems like the inflationary pressure is definitely, increasing and is hotter than expected. And if you look at the CPI report as well, the core CPI, which excludes food and energy, is also higher than expected, rising by 6.2%. And if you look into the shelter cost, which is basically 1/3 of the CPI, has risen by at the fastest pace since 1991. Okay, so it's a negative report that came out this morning, intensifying the sell off that we've been selling off for quite some time now. So let's just dive into the technicals without wasting more time. With respect to recording time, again, 8:57 a.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum country $2,150, down about 8% so far. We are at the next level of substantiveness, which is the 2150, which is something we've talked about for days now, right? And with respect to inertia that we are at right now, you can see that we have reversed at the 32 out of 70, coming down to the 28.79 out of 70 right now, with large separation on the MACD front. So right now we are at an extreme oversold level, right? Do we see going down further, right? I think the likelihood will be more and more minimized as we go because of the fact that we're extremely oversold already. We are getting the overreaction across the market from the inflationary report. And at the same time, because of the fact that we broke through the trends that we've been following through, right now, also at the same time, Bitcoin is dragging down below 30,000, which is what we see in front of our eyes right now. Selling down to the next level, which is technically 2000 flat, right? Basically 1998 or 95, right? And then subsequently 1860, and then subsequently to the next level of 1700 or 1750 from there, right? And let me just shift this bar up a little bit. And we do have multiple levels of leap downs from here, right? And if we break 1750, we have a long way to go down to 1520. So those are the respective levels to look out for. But I think within the frame that we're at right now, right, we need to look out for a reversal on the inertia. The inertia is still negative across the board. But selling down all the way to 2000 would not be out of the question, but selling down all the way to 1750, that would be out of the question, in the near term especially. We've overdone it so much, and we just cannot get a break pretty much, just like selling off on a day-to-day basis, because of just negative media affectation days after days after days. And we are in the mid of the Death Valley with respect to the depression stage that we're in right now. Respect to Bitcoin, down about 5% so far. We broke through 30,500, right? You can see that, right? And clearly we are breaking down to the next level, to the 28,800 right now. Where do we go after this, right? If we break the current level, we have a long way to go down to somewhere around 25, somewhere around 21. But right now, remember, we are already extremely oversold at 25 out of 70 right now. Just checking on the weekly as well, we are also very oversold. Also, with respect to the monthly chart as well, also extremely oversold. But you can see clearly if we break the current level, we're a large gap to go down to the 20,000 from here, right? So definitely be careful, but do not panic by selling, because these are not the right frames to be selling at the moment. But obviously we have to stomach that volatility ahead, despite how much of a sell-off we've had so far. But we could get a little bit worse than, because it seems like people are slowly giving up, and we're seeing that very prominently across a lot of altcoin at the moment. So we'll dive into the altcoin at the right now. You can see that clearly Ethereum Classic has broke through the $20 mark, right? You can see that right now we are consolidated around a flat number, but not really at a technical level. The technical level will be somewhere around 25, right? So we break through 25. Right now with a 27 out of 70. Still a good fair of separations in between. So right now it's logical DCA in terms of in a fundamental perspective, you believe in this long term, but in a technical perspective, it's still relatively bearish. So it's something to think about. Respect to Dogecoin, we broke through the $10. We broke through the $9. Now we're heading straight down all the way to 7 cents because of lack of support below, right? Right now, the 28 out of 70, so extremely oversold. We're down 20%. So whole altcoin market is flying off the cliff right now. So this is reaching a new bottom, I would say. Basically retesting where we were back in the day when we first started on April 2021 back in the day. Respect to Cardano, at 54 cents at the moment. We are testing new lows all over again. So Cardano doesn't have a fundamental support at the moment. So we're going to be just trading at flat numbers like 55, 50, 45 from there. Respect to Solana at 50 right now. We could see that clearly we're bouncing at the exact level that I identified, 71 to 50, right? We are extremely submerged at 18.63 out of 70 at the moment. Very oversold. So I think Solana, if you believe in this long term, is a relatively good buy at the moment. Respect to XRP, down about 19%. We are reaching new lows all over again. Testing basically where we were before back in March last year. So we basically gave up all the gains that we've had throughout this year and back to where we were. So right now is a resistance level at the 18 out of 70 at the moment. Respect to Polkadot, it's down about 27% right now. We are like forming new bottoms technically, right? You are in the new lows at the moment. At 18 out of 70 right now, large separation. So it seems like it's a dying asset, just as along with other altcoins. That seems like it is, right? Because there's no fundamental that's being tied to the technicals anymore. We're trading away from it right now. So the bottoms that we're going to be forming will be just anywhere from like $8.50, $8, $7.50, and so on and so forth, right? With respect to flat numbers. Respect to Algorand's down about 30% right now. Right now at 30 out of 70. We're same thing again. We're forming a new lows, right? So we're just gonna be trading at the flat numbers like 45, 40, 35, 30. In respect to Shiba Inu, we are coming back to the next resistance level. So we broke 2100, right? 1400 will be next, and then 900 will be the respective levels next, right? And then respect to Polygon, down about 20%. We're forming new lows as well, right? So technically we don't have any support. So anywhere from basically current level down to the 62 cents would be the level to DCA if you believe in this long term. And respect to AVAX, we basically forming new lows all over again. 22 out of 70. So it seems like people are collectively giving up on altcoin across the spectrum. In respect to Luna, is completely dead right now. We sold down basically from everything. From basically, we broke $75. We broke through 62. We broke through 52. We broke through 45, and now we're at below $1 right now. This is a depth of a coin that we see in front of us. So we're at the 14.5 right now. So in a technical perspective, this is not advisable. I mean, it's been showing the signs of negativity so far with respect to the head and shoulder pattern that we've been forming. So yeah, it's definitely unfortunate to see what's going on with this one. All right, so it's definitely a crazy, absolutely bloody morning so far on this Wednesday. Definitely a negative inflationary report, definitely a negative CPR report, but stay logical, right? It's a reason why you invested in this is because you invest in long term, and panic selling or getting freaked out and liquidate for the sake of just liquidating, so you could have sleep better at night so you could really confirm your loss, is not the logical move. You know what I'm trying to say? This is like one of the first corrections that we're facing collectively together. So to get over this is really just to hold on tight, because we understand that macro market will eventually take over and you'll get better over time. Okay, so stay strong, have faith, and do not do anything irrational. And let me know if you have questions. Okay, appreciate you. Take care. Bye.